Hello, greatness. You are welcome and tuned into Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Stay tuned for another inspiring episode from your host. And now, let's welcome Dr. Vincent Oppong.
Hello, greatness. How are you doing? As always, I know without a shadow of doubt that the God who dwells on your inside makes you well. We want to continue from the book, The Teacher. This is chapter number 2. He said, "You, my beloved child, who are seeking me, but who have not yet found me, expecting as an intangible something, which has uplifted and inspired and led you on and on, ever into narrower and yet brighter path, compelling you to reach out a helping hand to every needy one you meet. You who are conscious of me as the Christ, love within your heart, and who seek to spread the message of his love abroad, sowing it in every heart that appears ready to receive it. You to whom I have come to radiant flashes of light, or in visions, either sleeping or waking, as truth, illuminating your mind so that for the time being you see clearly the reality of my spiritual life and the illusoriness of all things that appear to the outer senses, and you are now seeking to teach others this truth. You who have become conscious of me as the indwelling life within you, and it manifests to you as power and enables you not only to show forth my life in your body as vibrant health, but it permits you to transmit this life to others, vitalizing, strengthening, and healing them, and thus bringing them to the consciousness of my life that is within their bodies. You whom I have led a little further, whom I have taught the use of some of the laws of my being, having quickened in you certain inner faculties and powers which seemingly set you apart from your fellows, so that you now call yourself an occultist and are seeking to attain the complete mastery of these powers of self." Let me pause and make a comment here real quick. He uses a particular terminology here, occultist. Right, so let me read that paragraph one more time. He said, "You, whom I have led a little further, whom I have taught the use of some of the laws of my being, having quickened in you certain faculties and powers, which seemingly set you apart from your fellows, so that you now call yourself an occultist." Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. So, when Joseph Benner uses the word occultist, the meaning of occultist is anybody who have attained certain mastery of the hidden secrets of life. Right? So the reason why we use the word occult is because they have learned or they have mastered a certain secret of life. And I guess in our world, we have used the word occult for people who knows some secret things or does some secret things in an evil way, right? In a bad way. And so we use those as, oh, this one is an occultist, right? What the word simply means is someone who knows a particular secret of life that other people do not know, right? So if we even go to Google, let's read that real quick. If I Google the word occult, it says the occult in the broadest sense is a category of esoteric supernatural beliefs and practices, right? So these are supernatural beliefs. So as Christians, we also have supernatural beliefs and practices which generally falls outside the scope of organized religion and science, encompassing phenomena involving other world or other worldly agencies such as mysticisms, right? This is the meaning from Google. But if we type in occultism, right? The word occult comes from the word hidden or secret, right? It's from a Latin word occultus, meaning hidden or secret. So it's a knowledge of the hidden, right? In common usage, occult refers to knowledge of the paranormal, right? As opposed to knowledge of the measurable, right? So anybody who seem to have a certain knowledge that is hidden and not revealed, or certain knowledge that not so many people are aware of it, is called an occult, or can be called an occult, right? So I just wanted to make that clear. I know my audience are Christians and we are not used to certain terminologies, right? Even the word consciousness, at first when you use the word consciousness, people begin to say, oh, okay, what does it mean by consciousness? But consciousness is simply awareness, right? To be aware, to be awoke. Okay, so let's go on. He said, yes, even you, my blessed one, who are conscious of me as your divine self, as God within you, and who are drawing from me freely my love, my wisdom, and my power, and who are teaching this great truth and attracting to you many followers who hail you as an illuminated one. And this word too, right? Okay, I guess I will pause on that one. As an illuminated one. That word too used to be very weird when people say you are an illuminated one, right? But anyway, he said, to you, one and all, I bring this, my message of the impersonal life. So Impersonal Life is one of his books. We will read that book too in the near future. That's one of the powerful books. That's actually the book that introduced me to this man, Joseph Benner. He said the idea of the impersonal may not be new to you. You may have pondered over it. You may have striven more or less to live it. You may even have taught it to your followers, and yet you may have no comprehension of its real meaning. It is my purpose now to make you conscious of that meaning, so that you, as a teacher and a leader to others, no more can have the excuse of not knowing it. When I hereafter from within insist that my impersonal life shall manifest in and through you, for I, your true self, henceforth will be satisfied with nothing less. So follow carefully, and I now shall say and seek earnestly to know my real meaning, its personal and vital application to you, before passing it by or discarding it, should that impulse come to you. I am first going to ask some questions. In asking these questions, I am directing them straight to your soul's consciousness. Necessarily, they will have to go through your mortal mind, as your mortal mind is but a part of your mortal self or your human personality. It first becomes necessary that you learn the ways of the mortal mind and see this self as it really is, not as you fancy it. See this personality of yours pretends to feel hurt, commends to rebel and deny, and even to grow indignant, if not angry, at these questions. Kabbalah. For I am going to probe to the quick, right to the center of its self-complacency, its self-righteousness, its spiritual pride, its love of power, of leadership, of being taught very wise and good. If any of these qualities still exist in your personality, then watch out for these questions. But remember, it is not you who are feeling hurt or who rebel or grow angry. It is only your personality. For you are really I, your own true self. And I am asking these questions, and I am showing up to you these qualities, insisting that all that stands in the way of my perfect impersonal life expression henceforth can have no place in your life. If you watch carefully and study the thoughts and feelings that come to your mind as you read the questions, you will perhaps discover a phase of your nature you thought was no longer in evidence. But the special mission of this message is to make you fully aware of such phase and of all phases of your human nature that have not yet come under my authority and your true self's dominion. This is inner teaching, and it is an inner work which you will now be called upon to do with me, your own higher self, as your teacher. If your soul responds and you fearlessly are willing to accept anything I have to say and will accept it in true humility and understanding of spirit, you know that great spiritual joy awaits you and many blessings will follow. Hallelujah. But if your personality still insists that the I speaking within is merely some person who considers him or herself divinely ordained and who is taking an unwarranted liberty in thus obtruding into your private affairs, and that you need not answer the question even to yourself, for they are no one's business but your own. If your personality, with its merely human mind, so persuades you, it is well, and I must teach you in some other and much harder way. So no matter what you do, the teacher will always teach you. But you either show up willing to learn or he forces you to learn. Let's go on. He said, yet it is all true. These questions are no one else's business. They are only your business. But remember, I, your own true self, God within you alone I'm asking them, and I am asking them only that you may face yourself, that you may see clearly this personality of yours, with all its human weaknesses, faults, and misconceptions that still exist, and which, through your inability to perceive their subtle influence over you, are hindering the perfect expression of my impersonal life in you and through you. And if I shall prick the bubbles of all such illusions of the personality still lurking around in your mental atmosphere, after first showing up clearly their unreality, it is only in order that they should. It is only in order that should they again appear, you will immediately recognize them and refuse them entrance into your life. Perhaps your personality is saying, as you read, that none of this applies to you, that you need no such instructions. Think you so? Then answer to me, your true self, the following questions, carefully studying your feelings after reading each with soul-searching analysis. Are you sure, my child, there is nothing of self, seeking for self, in this work you claim to be doing for humanity? Kaliba, Shetanimos, Impradeskilai. Are you sure you personally are not taking the credit for the help your students and followers and congregation are getting through you? Are you quite sure you are not feeling a secret pleasure and pride in your attitude of admiring respect and awe towards you? Mercy. These teachings you are giving out, are you certain that they are direct from me, your divine self? Or are they but your own personal views, the thoughts you have gathered from other human teachers? Are you tainting this work I have given you to do by subtly introducing your personality into it, drawing attention more to you as a teacher than turning them to me within themselves, their own and only true teacher? Can you truly say that you have only loving and helping thoughts and speak only the words of Christ when asked or when talking about other teachers and leaders, no matter who they are? When meeting with other teachers and leaders, do you never push yourself forward, never desire to lead or impress them with your personality or your powers? When you meet one who has come into a higher realization of God than you, does only the purest brotherly love go out from you to that soul? When one of your own pupils, through your aid, awakens to the presence of me within and quickly attains to an even greater consciousness of my powers than Ayakade Sopre Davidakaya. Wow, these questions. Mercy, Lord. I'll take that one more time. He said, when one of your own pupils, through your aid, awakens to the presence of me within and quickly attains to an even greater consciousness of my powers than you have, do you sincerely rejoice with great rejoicing and praising God for his blessings to that one? Or do you get jealous and begin to curse them? Are you sure, beloved, you are doing all that you do without thought of reward, caring not for results? resting only in the consciousness that I am doing it all and I am responsible. Venemosila. Do you truly realize that you and your personality are one, that there is no difference? And do you fully understand your own self and know your identity with me, God, your divine self? In all your teachings of these high truths, do you in your soul recognize the oneness of all, that I, God, am all that there is, that all there is you are, that I am your real self? That there is no separation, that all that you do, God does, that you are one with God, and all God's powers are your powers. Are you sure, my child, that all the things you are teaching you yourself are that you are doing, manifesting, living all that you preach to others? If you can truly answer satisfactorily to me, your higher self, all these questions, then this message is not for you. And you need read no further, for you know already that I am. For you know already all that I am going to say. But if you are not sure and realize that your personality is still more or less dominating your life, then it would be wise to read on. For I am now coming to the vital part of my message. And that brings us to chapter number 2. This is a bold food. But God bless you. Please, I want you to go back and listen to this one more time. Right? Repetition reveals and delivers understanding. And so please listen to this a couple of times. Go through these questions one more time. And make sure that your heart bears you witness. In Jesus' mighty name. I love you, and I'll see you in chapter 3. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on becoming all you were born to be.